which leads me to Nico Harrison. Man, timing's everything. And I started to wonder, okay, Nico Harrison survived the trade because they got Cooper Flagg. If they don't get Cooper Flagg and they end up with Ace Bailey, they would have fired him probably before this. But here's what I don't understand. Okay, they made the trade. The trade was terrible. And ownership approved this. It's not like Nico Harrison said, don't tell ownership, but I'm trading Luka. Okay. And then you trade him. Mark Cuban's he doesn't run the Mavericks anymore. He's got a percentage, but he has nothing to do with this. So ownership had to approve this. But now you're going to fire the guy that you gave autonomy to making this deal. Now, the owner should say, hey, you know what? I hated firing him, and I'm partially to blame as well. Okay, at least to take some ownership, true ownership here. Now, would I have made the trade, trading away somebody like that? The year before you go to the NBA Finals. And I know Nico has said many times, you win championships by playing defense. Okay, sometimes if I outscore you by a lot, that's kind of defense, okay? And if you add role players that play defense, I can still let Steph be Steph. I can let Luka be Luka. I can let these guys be great scorers. Because if I get 35 and my guy gets 22, that would be plus 13. That seems like that would be a win for us. But I don't want Anthony Davis. And see, that's what bothered me more than anything. If you're going to take the risk of trading Luka, don't take a risk of who you bring back. I'm trading a 25-year-old star who can get you 30 and be out of shape. Now, he can always get in shape. Anthony Davis can't get healthy. But if I got Anthony Edwards, they're not trading shape, but if you got somebody who had great upside and is only 23, 24, 25, okay. And maybe it's a guy who's a two-way player, or you get a couple of players who are two-way players and it buys into your defense, wins championships. Nico didn't get that. And Anthony Davis, I think he had one great game in Dallas, and then he got hurt. And he's hurt now. But, okay, if healthy, we love to use that phrase. If healthy, okay, Kyrie and Anthony Davis are on the wrong side of 30. I love watching Kyrie, but what am I getting out of Kyrie? I don't know what the end game was going to be. Because when they retire, what do you have to show for Luka? Because he'll still be playing. I just don't understand it. And then you fire him now? Like, at least let the roster play out. Let me wait until Anthony Davis and Kyrie get healthy. But this is a fans' slow start. Dirk Nowitzki's criticizing. It feels bad for the fans. Then all of a sudden it's like, now we'll fire him. Okay. But, man, he left a mess. This is bad. And it could have been great. You get Cooper Flagg. Imagine if they had a couple other younger players, guys that you could count on, that were going to be able to play. Okay, the West is stacked. Cooper Flagg's struggling. Feels like Jason Kidd is safe. He's on scholarship. But you look at that team, they're not a good team. And even when those guys get back, I don't know how good they can be because there's always going to be wait, what's wrong with Anthony Davis? Yes, Paulie.
I can remember the day after this trade, we were all incredulous. And you said the only way this trade works if Luka goes to the Lakers and somehow becomes a lesser player in the near future. He's averaging 37, 9, and 9 this year.
But I also said Dallas has to win the championship. Like, you can't make that move because you've gone to the finals with Luka. You can't say, hey, we won our first two rounds of playoff game. That's not good enough. You made a move that was supposed to make you better, and it didn't, and it cost you your job. and you will go down in history as somebody who was involved in one of the worst NBA trades of all time.